And welcome back to Shenanigans Soccer. Today, facing off against the Jet Blacks. We had a disappointing loss last game against the Dukes of Hazzard, 3-2. Just couldn't get that last second goal to tie things up. The Jet Blacks currently sitting in 5th, so a win here wouldn't necessarily guarantee us a spot in the top 2 or 3, but we're hopeful with the results of the other games. We get in that top threshold once again, maybe in that top 2 or 3. Today's team is going to look like this. We're only missing 2 of our regulars. Lucy and Jonathan not going to make it out tonight, but we have Sarah subbing on. She subbed with us last game. Paul as well subbed and played well in the last game with us. And we have Jeff the ref off the sidelines reffing the game into the game as our defensive midfielder. And you're going to see Paul start up top, try and get some goals for us. Myself in attacking mid, Maddie on the wing, Hicks on the other, and then Ryan and Carrie in the back, and of course, in between the posts, the stud for us in goal, Alan, as always. And without further ado, let's watch some shenanigans.
Alright, white kick, here we go.
So before we get going in earnest, there's a note I'd like to make. I have played with a lot of these guys on the other team. A few of their players, Sam, one of their guys in the back, Brandon, who's running around in midfield, and Sean, the guy in the orange shoes up top for them. I've played with all of them before, pickup or sometimes playing in leagues together, so we've got a little familiarity with this team. Denzel as well will come on as a defender for them, and we've played with him, so it'll be interesting to see how we do against those players we're familiar with. A big moment and a controversial one here at the beginning of the game. Brandon from their team hits the crossbar, and it appears to him that it bounced across the line. Of course, Alan, our goalie, says no, that didn't cross the line. Everybody from our team says no, and Brandon is furious at the referee. It might have been across the line. We will neither confirm nor deny, but an unlucky break either way for the Jet Blacks. And on the other end, Paul takes a shot that goes just wide. I take the corner kick and try and keep it low and find Maddie's foot, but she just can't get enough power to it. We get the ball back here, Hicks plays it out to me, and then I make a little turn down the sideline and look to see if I can spray the through ball to Paul's foot, but just a little bit too far in front of him, and it doesn't work out this time. Nice work to switch the field here from Hicks, and Maddie with a fantastic touch to get around the defender. The shot here just goes wide. This is why we like when Paul can sub with us. He's great at holding up the ball, never rushes things, just really calm and composed. He moves it around, we get it up to Hicks, and Hicks with a brilliant through ball, just a little bit too far in front for Maddie to get to. Maddie comes off, Sarah goes on, and we've got a corner kick opportunity. A great ball in, and Sarah hits it just over the top. Some great pressure in the attacking third. Paul, myself, and Jeff are up there. Jeff intercepts, tries to win, and then claims that it's a corner kick, but it will be a goal kick. And Sarah absolutely obliterates Brandon here with the excellent tackle. Good drive forward into the attacking third once again, but we can't connect. We have a free kick in a dangerous place here. Jeff sizing things up, and he finds Rashid for the highlight bicycle kick. Unfortunately, it didn't connect, but if he had, that would have been the goal of the season easily for Shenanigans. Because of the camera, we don't always get to see the nice moves from the other team, so here's a nice heel flick to lead them on the counterattack. Thankfully for us, it didn't lead to a goal for the Jet Blacks. Really great build-up play. Jeff with this initial touch gets away from him a little bit, but he's able to keep it alive and keep the ball moving. And really just good side-to-side play as we get it over to Sarah. She swings it, and then we move it up to Matt. And Matt, good turn into midfield, finds Big Josh's feet. He takes a good, strong touch forward and then lays it off to Maddie. Fortunately, it's a little too far away from the goal to really test the goalie from that angle. In our last game against the Dukes of Hazzard, and in this game, we do really well to work the ball into attacking positions in 4v3s and 3v2s, but it's that final ball that just doesn't seem to connect as Big Josh overhits it to Jeff the ref. The ball bouncing around in the attacking third. Rashid hustling as he always does, pokes it away, and then Maddie and Rashid both applying the pressure. Maddie gets it away. Rashid into Big Josh. Big Josh, great touch to the side, but the drive right into the goalie's hands. I don't know if Matt will appreciate this, but, you know, it happens to the best of us. Big Josh with the ball over, and in the face, into Matt's face, goes right into the goalie's hands.
In the face! In the face!
Rashid coming off, maybe hurt the quad just a little bit, and we all know why.
Oh, child. Just old age, man.
Anytime someone comes off due to an apparent injury or tightness or anything like that, we're playing one of those two clips from here on out. Another good opportunity here as we get the ball forward. Big Josh bursting onto it, goalie beats him to it, but then a bad ball out. Matt has a chance to take the shot, and it's just wide. Getting close to the end of the half here, and just a good spell of possession by the Jet Blacks as they kept it in our half and really moved the ball well here. I think Allen had a couple of saves and we tried to push out, but good passing and moving by them to get some opportunities, but no goals in this run of possession. Sarah with the chance to run. She plays the ball to Josh. Big Josh up there takes the shot, but right into the goalie's hands. Just can't find the range on the goal. He gets another chance here to turn, and that one dragged wide, and he's going to get a third opportunity here. Paul with the turn, finds him in space, almost the same position as that first opportunity, and right to the goalie. It does spill back out, but the shot has too much power, and we go into the half with 0 goals to show, despite all of our best efforts. Big Josh shaking his head as he comes off, and he hasn't had a bad effort tonight. He's been in the right position every time. It's just been unlucky in front of goal, just not finding the final touch. And that's really been the story for us for this first half and the entirety of the last game against the Dukes of Hazzard. Can we turn around the second half? We just need to switch out the cleats and get the finishing boots on, I think, and hopefully we'll turn it around. Big Josh is telling Little Josh, me, on the bench, a really entertaining story about an Elastico that I don't think I got on the highlight reel in that first half. But as he's telling me the story, Matt with a great weighted through ball to Paul, who chips it over the top of the goal. Good effort, unlucky again. Paul getting into good positions again. This time he uses his body on the turn. Fantastic physical presence to get in front of the defender. Good low shot, but the goalie does well. It is highlight reel time. Maddie with a great touch to bring it down. And then the Meg on the defender. Unfortunately, the shot doesn't go in, but that's one for the personal highlight reel for Maddie. Excellent move. Maddie putting on the pressure, wins it back, plays it across to Paul. Smooth turn here in the layoff to Jeff, but skied over the top. Maddie again making things happen. Brilliant little through ball there, and it's Ryan charging up from the back off the crossbar. It bounces down to Paul, and then the volley over the goal. It seems so far the epitome of tonight is so close, so many great chances, we just can't finish one off. Another chance to attack. I sub on, I get the ball in midfield, turn, get my head up here, and I see Paul in space. Paul with a good touch, and then the great step over to free himself up, and he finishes it off to make it 1-0 Shenanigans. I think Paul's goal there will give us a mental lift in the rest of this game. We can start pressuring and feeling like we can get some goals. And we're getting pressure here again. I win it down to Paul, Paul back to me, and I find the back post with a nice driven finish, if I do say so myself, and that makes it 2-0 Shenanigans with 2 quick back-to-back goals. We're feeling that momentum as Hicks wins the ball back in midfield, goes on a run himself, and a nice driven shot, but right at the goalie. You can tell we're feeling a little more confident now. We are pressuring high up the field when their goalie and defenders get it. Big Josh applying the pressure, and somehow Hicks misses that one. He immediately calls for the sub to go off, and he will be disappointed looking back at it again. Sorry you have to relive that memory, Hicks. Ball comes over the top. Big Josh once again getting in good position on the ball from Rashid, but he can't get that little touch on it to put it on frame. Maddie getting into the attacking third, a deflected shot bounces around, then finds Josh for the free header, but into the goalie's hands. After those 2 goals, it just seems like we're even more eager to get into the attack and get some more. I'm driving forward here. I play the long ball over toward Matt. Goalie comes out. Good save there, but then I find Big Josh. Big Josh with the shot. Maybe this is it, but no, good defense there to get it away. The quick throw from Matt looks for Rashid, but it bounces out to Big Josh, and again the shot just pulled wide. Big Josh seems to be in the perfect position every time. I really want him to get a goal in this one. It seems like we had this type of opportunity a ton, both in this game and in our last game against Dukes of Hazzard. 3v2, Rashid to Paul. Rashid tries to return it, but cleared out by their defense. On the attack again, Rashid with some good hold-up play to fend defenders off and find Paul. Paul into Big Josh, drags it onto his right, keeps it low, and finally gets that goal. And that makes it 3-0 Shenanigans and puts Big Josh on the stat sheet. Looking for more goals, Paul running forward, the ball in. Matt mishits it a little bit there. Paul has an opportunity, bounces it back towards Big Josh, and that one up almost into the rafters. Matt staying wide and staying in space as the ball comes forward here. He's got really yards of space to run into, and Hicks's ball is just a little bit too far. Seems like we have numbers every time we attack now. It's Jeff the ref getting the ball over to Sarah. Sarah gets her head up, tries to square her hips enough, but drives it right into the goalie's hands. One last attack here as the clock is winding down, under 30 seconds to go. Jeff the ref with the one-time ball over to Paul, but Paul wasn't anticipating it getting through. Despite many missed opportunities, we put them away when it counts. And that makes it 3-0 Shenanigans and a clean sheet for Allen. Great defense today. The offense was clicking for everything but the finishes until the last 15 minutes or so of the game, but we will take the clean sheet and the win for sure. As I go through the standings, stats, and around the league with the other games tonight, you'll see the highlights of the goals running. Because I ran out of footage, I ended this a little bit soon, so you'll see those goals again. You see Sean there from their team, dapping our team up. He's played with us before, good to see him. And you see the standings here. That win, with the results from around the league, puts us into second place. So we move out of fourth and jump all the way up to second. Our next game against the Berto Fences, we actually beat 6-1 earlier in the season, but they haven't been messing around lately. They sit in third place. We play them on Valentine's Day, the 14th at 8 p.m. So we'll see how we fare against them. Take a look around the league at the other games that happened the same night we played. Griffins FC getting a huge win over Dukes of Hazzard. Dukes of Hazzard we lost to last game, and they were in front of us in the standings. And then Berto Fences, who are now in third place, they get the win against another team that was in front of us in the standings, Super Smash Balls. So that put us in prime position. So some pretty surprising results there that really help our spot in the table. And the stat sheet so far this season, Paul has really chipped in as a contributor, not a full-time member of the team, but an excellent sub. He's sitting pretty with 2 goals and 2 assists. Big Josh leading all goal scorers with 5. Matt pitching in 4 goals, 2 assists. Me, Little Josh, with 3 goals and 4 assists. I like to play the role of playmaker and dish out some dimes to people occasionally. Hicks with 2 goals and assists. Jonathan, Melanie, Ryan with a goal each. And Eric and Evan, who had subbed for us on the assist stat sheet. I did miss one of the games, so I don't have the stats for that one, obviously. But that's where we stand by my count this season. I cannot wait to get back on the field and for you all to join us once again. Again, that game against Berto Fences this coming Sunday, the 14th. I'll get that uploaded sometime during the week next week. And we'll see you then. Thanks so much for watching some Shenanigans.